This is another episode of my tips and tricks. This episode is called PowerPoint Can Do What? And PowerPoint can be an amazing photo editor, believe it or not. This is a relatively new feature in PowerPoint, so I'm going to show it to you. So I'm just going to, first of all, I've created this simple slide here, but I'm going to make a new slide in my PowerPoint. So this is I've created a blank slide. It has the same background as the one that I chose originally, and I'm going to insert a picture into the background. Now, to find a picture of my own from my computer, I'm going to choose this big Pictures button, and it's going to go out to my pictures on my desktop. Keep in mind, I am using the client version of PowerPoint. So say, for example, I want to use this picture in this slide. So this is a horrible picture of me, but of course every picture of me is horrible. But here it is. So I've got a nice, wonderful picture of my smiling face, and I want to remove this background so it blends in with the slide so I can do some other things with it. So you'll notice when I click on the picture, I get this formatting menu automatically. It brings it up, and there's a whole bunch of things I could do. I could add a border to it. I could make some picture effects. I could also add artistic effects. So there's a bunch of things I could do, but what I want to do is remove this white background. So I'm going to click the Remove Background button, and you have to give it a little time. And Microsoft's kind of software by default does a pretty good job of showcasing these changes. So look what it did. It kind of took away a lot of the background, not all of it, but a lot of it. Now, if I don't like everything it did, I can kind of change it manually. So for example, if I go up here, notice there's just a 4-button piece of toolbar. If I click on the, say, Mark Areas to Keep, so for example, this cut off some of my wonderful hair that's on the top of my head. So I'm just going to click that. Okay. So that added that hair. I never like to take less hair than I have. And also it's taken away some of my broad shoulders over here. So I want to kind of swing around, and we'll add this entire portion down here. So I'm just going to, using my mouse, kind of connect those dots, and that kind of added a little extra. It's a little finicky sometimes, but I'm going to kind of also maybe drag that. Okay, and then one last piece. So now, by clicking all that, I can double check it. If I want to go back and do some more background removal, I can take a look at it again. I can also, if I want to mark areas to remove, I can also choose that. So these are mark areas to keep of the photo, and these are areas to remove of the photo. So two different things. So if I choose that, like there's this little button up here, I might want to just do that, and that should, okay, add some detail to it. So I can just make a line as well. And again, it's a little finicky on this part, but it does a pretty good job. And then if you like what you see and you can kind of get a preview of what it's going to look like over here, I can just click Keep Changes. And so here's my wonderful picture. I can now move it over here. The background is removed. And then I can insert, say, let's insert a shape. And let's make it a cloud. I can move this cloud, this little thought bubble, and kind of do some editing here. I can add some text. So that is how we use the photo editor in PowerPoint to remove a background to make an awesome slideshow.